You want to talk about as we get into the new year for most investors. Certainly 2009 was not a great year. A lot of people didn't even open their 401k statements just out of, I think a little bit of fear. Well, the Dow hit record lows back in March, rebounded certainly by December 31st. So now that the markets are getting back into shape, what will it take for you to become financially fit? We are getting some advice from the founder and CEO of the mutual fund store, who is Adam Bold. Adam, welcome into Toledo this morning. It's good to talk with you.
Hey, Melissa, thanks for having me.
Yeah, first of all, for people who may not be familiar, Adam, explain the difference commission-based investing versus what you have set up here with the mutual fund store, which is a fee-based.
Yeah, a fee-based advisor is somebody who gets paid for helping you make investment decisions. They don't get paid for helping you buy things. And ultimately, when people go and they need investment help, they're saying, okay, I have this money, I have goals and aspirations, help me get there. Unfortunately, a lot of times what they get is somebody that just sells them something and then they never hear from them again.
All right, so in order to invest with your company, what's a $50,000 minimum to get into your company?
That is true.
All right, so say I've got $50,000 this year, brand new money. All right,
Yep.
What are we seeing for this year? Or look into your financial crystal ball the best you can. What kind of stocks are we going to see maybe rebound and really perform well this year that we might want to look to?
Well, Melissa, I think that we're going to have another good year in the market. And one of the things that I really want investors to think about as we go into this year is let's put what happened at the end of 2008 and the beginning of 2009 out of our mind. Let's stop investing with the rearview mirror and let's start investing with what we expect for the future. And this economy is getting better. Now, we don't know whether it's going to be a very rapid recovery, more so than people think, in which case the stock market will do great, or if it's going to be slower, in which case the stock market will do well. But in either scenario, I think this is a time when people need to have an investment plan. But if you've got that plan, you're diversified, I think you can weather just about any kind of market. I think that we have more good days ahead of us than bad.
All right. Well, that said, let's take a look at the different sectors. Where are you going to perhaps, point people this year? What kind of sectors?
Well, I think, first of all, the parts that scare me are the things that have run up the most in the recent past. Things like gold, which has gone from $400 an ounce went to $1,200. That scares me a little bit. Treasuries, which are government bonds, which are paying essentially zero right now. That's where the peril is. Where I think there's opportunity are in U.S. stocks, both large companies and small companies, as well as stocks from overseas. And there's just a lot of places in the world where the economies are growing faster than they are here in the U.S.
Okay, but measured growth, hopefully. And before we let you go, because we're very heavily dependent here in the northwest part of Ohio, southeast Michigan on auto industry, what do you see in there?
I think that the automobile industry has to get better. We had a situation last year where there were actually more cars being scrapped than sold. And you can do that for a little while, but eventually the demand is going to come back. Now, the question is, how do the U.S. automakers respond? And, quite honestly, I am pretty impressed at this point with some of the new products that they're putting out there. Now, the question is whether they can execute. But I think that there's certainly a lot of opportunity out there, and I think that there's going to be a lot more demand for cars in general, and that should help the auto industry.
Okay. Well, we're all sitting back and waiting whether or not we'll see that fast rebound or slow and steady. I suppose either way, it is a place to put your money in some areas. Thank you so much. And that is Adam Bold, who is the founder and CEO of mutualfundstore.com. Certainly we have a local office as well, but we'll put all the information on our website.